Damn. People mad at Elon. Throwing duty at the fucking Teslas. I think Elon might be finding out why business people purchase politicians and don't become them.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you've attached yourself to a divisive political figure.
And then did even more divisive shit with that political figure.
Now your product means that political figure.
Yeah.
So the duty would be an improvement. I think, yeah, on a Cybertruck for sure. I'm just thinking about the poor bastards that just bought a little Tesla Model X or something to drive around in, and now they're driving in a giant political statement.
Never know if someone's gonna just slash their tires.
Right. Good morning, naughty priest. Hello, sir. I just had a full-on mental breakdown at therapy. How are you? Hey, good for you. That's what therapy's for.
It feels like shit sometimes.
Yeah, it feels like ass. Dude, I remember when I was in therapy, going to my doctor and saying, like, I don't want to come to this anymore because I feel awful after every time I leave. And I remember he told me, like, you have to feel awful. That's the point. The reason that you feel awful is because you have not allowed yourself to feel awful. You got to get it out, man. You got to get it all out of you. Get the poison out.
It does suck though, like if you had to drive a while to get there, then it's like lame.
Yeah, that
like
was
you
that
just
was
have
me.
A breakdown, and then it's like, oh, but I gotta drive another fucking half an hour back.
My shit was 45 minutes.
Ugh. They need like a service of like post-therapy breakdown taxi.
They do, yeah.
Taxi and a tow for when you just have a breakdown at your therapist, you need to get home.
Yep. Post-therapeutic breakdown.
You're broken down. We'll treat your car like it's broken down.
Fair. That seems fair to me. That seems quite fair. There's pastors running around trying to do like fucking sermons in the middle of a fucking skibbity ass YouTube chat.
Yeah.
People are wild, bro. The world is wild. What you think, D?
Would you say they're like equivalent to people just virtue signaling about like social stuff? These like online pastors that just spam people with their shit?
Yes. Yeah.
The same desire for having it.
Yep.
We can get away with the chicken. I just don't know what Donna would do with it.
She can?
Yeah.
I don't know. I do know that even if he did kind of chase it a little bit or get barky at it. Eventually, if he saw the chicken every day, he would just...
And he doesn't have the kill instinct with
No.
anything.
He's got the chase instinct.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. TJ and Scotty are in the midst of some fucking crazy winter weather right now. TJ texted me last night a screenshot of his weather app, and it said -10.
Yikes.
With 25-mile-an-hour wind gusts, and like it's just like ice over there right now. So I guess we'll see how hopefully today's show goes off without a hitch, but we'll see, huh?
I mean, it worked last time that TJ didn't have internet.
Yeah, he was able to use his hotspot on his phone and then our boards, you can connect the phone to Bluetooth on that and just use your normal board with the phone, which is kind of nice. Mm-hmm. So that's what he was able to do last time. Yeah, -10 degrees is fucking crazy. I've only been in that type of weather one time in my life, and I'm telling you, dude, it's not a joke. Your instincts kick in immediately when you walk out into that.
And TJ's still smoking too?
Is he? I presume he is. It's wild. Absolutely wild. It's like I don't know that I could deal with that. I don't know. Maybe I could. It's very different. Like, it's colder here than I'm used to. It's definitely a way colder climate than I was raised in, but it is. I would be shocked if it gets to minus anything here ever.
Yeah. It's acclimatable when it's like 30.
Yeah. Minus 10 is not so bad if there's no wind. Yeah, see, you're a different breed, Naughty Priest. Like, you're a way different breed of human being than I am. Like, I was just about incapable of dealing with it being like 20 to 30 degrees all day every day. Like 20 to 30 degrees all day, 30 to 40 degrees all day. That's just fucking like that's enough for me. I don't need no 10. I don't need no negative nothing. It's clobbering time. Oh, they released The Thing today? Ooh. I'll have to check them out.
I'm debating that, trying to do it with you with Jeff the Shark. I'm just worried I'm gonna fuck you
Wow.
by being a horrible healer.
Nah. It's a fun game. There's a group of people that are playing it like it's a job, but just treat it like a game. You're gonna die, you're gonna win, you're gonna lose. You know?
Maybe if we get Taylor to team up too, that she can make up for my sorry ass.
Taylor would make up for both our sorry asses. Taylor's a carry. Taylor is like carrying the team on her shoulders type of player. I'm a I'll probably do a lot of damage, and occasionally I pop off type of player.
What was she maining when she was playing with you?
I don't, as far as I know, she doesn't have a main.
Yeah, she was just picking whatever.
She was all over. She started, she was playing, I think she was playing Luna Snow, and then she played 2 healers. Then she picked Squirrel Girl and was owning with that. I mean, I don't think she loses. I think she just does, you know? She was playing Cloak and Dagger, and it's like a healer.
Well, it seems like healing is probably more what she wants to do.
I think if she's a main anything, it's probably a healer.
Yeah.
But she's a different type of healer. So I played 2 Cloak and Dagger games with her that I remember. She MVP'd in one of them because she not only was the main healer, but she had the most kills on the team. Fucking figure that out. Figure that out. I can't figure it.
I could see someone doing it. Like, your team heavy hits and almost dies, and you're right behind them to heal them, and then you just get the final kill shot in.
Well, Cloak and Dagger, yeah. I mean, that's a cool thing about the healers in this game, is that all of them are capable of doing some decent damage. Some more than others, but... Can I do an English accent? Yes. I was born in West Chesterfordshire. Among the green leaves at Greenwind Dale. I can't play games like that. I always have bad reaction time and end up maybe getting 1 kill or a few heals. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think people take shit like that too serious. Name an English actor that wasn't born into wealth. Tom Hardy?
Let's see. Let's verify.
But I think Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy, I don't think was born into wealth.
Studied acting at Drama Centre London. Was a bad sign.
Not really.
Yeah.
They've got way better fucking schooling in Europe just because he went to a school.
Yeah. It was an expensive school.
Yeah.
His father is Chipped Hardy, who was an author.
Uh-oh. Okay, never mind. Let me try again.
I mean, yeah, authors aren't like.
Is he a successful author?
Yeah.
That's the question.
He's written for television, film, theater, novels, and stand-up. So it doesn't look like he was doing massive, significant writing before Hardy went into acting. So
okay, so maybe I'm right. Maybe I nailed it with Tom Hardy. You want that gas? All my brothers stay smoking on that gas. Yeah, pass that shit over here. Bitch, I'm trying to disappear. What you drinking? Coffee. Cringe? Oh, I'm sorry, bud. Sorry to make you cringe. How much do I weigh? 900 pounds. Would you rather meet Hugh Jackman or Keanu Reeves? Keanu. I think Keanu is awesome. I think he seems like just a really genuinely neat guy to be around. I think he's like one example of like a big major mainstream actor that isn't all fucked up in his personal life and isn't a piece of shit. And I don't know. He just seems like a neat, like a nice guy, like a genuine cool guy to hang around with.
yeah, I feel like with actors, they either get married once, married never, or married like 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, it's probably the truth for most people if you're being honest about it.
I feel like they're a little more likely to do the 3 or 4.
Maybe.
Just because they have more, confidence in being able to go from one to the next, probably.
Yep. Dios mío, man. Oh, man. I wish you guys weren't so shitty. It'd be so fun if like there were 85 people in here and like maybe 20 or 30 of you were like participating and asking questions, even if it was just like goofy shit. But it's just like, man, 85 motherfuckers, and there might be 3 or 4 of you in here that can read a fucking Harry Potter book. It sucks. I really feel like these are so much better. Even if you're here to just like antagonize or whatever. But like, look at this. It's like, can you please say hi to my daughter? It's like, what? Like, can the people making these weird bot accounts just like make them entertaining? Is that a possibility? Or are we not there yet? We're a weak audience. I mean, the audience is bad, bro. You ever thought of getting more pets?
Our boys are very jealous boys.
Yeah.
We barely have enough attention, even working at home, for both of them.
I mean, if we owned a piece of land and a little house on it, we might get some chickens or a goat. Those are kind of pets. But indoor pets, I would say that like the only type that I would even consider getting if we decided we wanted one is maybe a reptile of some type. But
where it's not competing with these 2 boys.
Right. Getting another fuzzball in there, I think, would just cause a whole lot of discord in the house that just doesn't need to happen.
Yeah, I don't think you understand how needy these boys are.
No, they are in constant competition. If one of them is on one of our laps, it doesn't matter where the other one is. It's like they sense it. So if Cricket hops up in my lap for a minute, even if Dinosaur doesn't see it happen, his spidey sense tingles wherever he is in the house, and he comes and finds it, and now he wants what Cricket is getting, and vice versa. They're both the same way. You know, if Dinor's in my lap. We're watching TV. Cricket's going to be jumping up and down on the thing because he wants the lap. They're just too competitive. Adding a third piece of competition in there, I think would be...
They bully.
Yeah.
They bully a little puppy or kitten, I think.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, there'd be some bullying going on, for sure.
Like, Dino will literally, like, sit on the stairs in between us when you're downstairs and I'm upstairs because he wants desperately for us to both be in the same place.
Yeah.
And then just go up and down.
You ever actually consider getting a reptile? I have a lot of experience owning snakes if you need any advice. I don't know that I'd get a snake, and I was a reptile owner for a long time, so I know a lot about reptile handling.
You don't have a strong desire.
I don't. I don't. Yeah, having been because I had, you know, a lot of people that watch me know this, but I guess a lot of people wouldn't. He was 8.5, almost 9 feet from the tip of his nose to the tip of his tail iguana growing up.
Bull iguana.
Yeah, just a big bull iguana. And he was an awesome thing to have and look at. He was beautiful, but holy fuck, he was a nightmare. Best reptile is bearded dragon. I've heard that is true in terms of sensibility and temperament, right? So bearded dragons are not super, super active lizards, and they're not, they tend to be pretty docile when they're raised around human beings and handled a lot and all of that. So it's not a bad choice for a lizard. But I'm just saying, like, it's the only type of animal that I would consider bringing indoors with these dogs. But to me,
or with these boys, I got one dog.
Oh yeah, with the boys.
Yeah. We almost got a kitten, but that was only out of, like, desperation. Like, if there was nowhere for that kitten to go, we would have taken it and made it work.
Or tried to. We might not have been able to save the little thing.
Yeah.
It seemed like it was doing better because we got it in out of the sun and fed it a little bit, but I think without a mother cat, it would have been a coin flip whether or not that little one would have made it out of infancy. So, did it ever regrow its tail? Iguanas don't throw their tails. So, no. Or maybe if they do, I don't think they do.
You don't have no interest in birds, like.
No. I grew up around a parrot. Once again, cool, but loud as fuck and constant, just constant. So yeah, maybe like aquatic pets,
Yeah,
like a fish tank or something. But even that, like I have experience with that too. So it's like, is it worth? I don't know. A turtle.
Did I tell you about the turtle hand-me-down thing that my parents had briefly?
Mm-mm.
So my mom got a turtle from someone that just had a bunch of baby turtles at work. And then they found out, because my stepdad was on the transplant list, that you can't have a turtle because they can get, like, salmonella and shit.
Yeah.
So we gave it to one of my friends with all the stuff that we had bought for it. And then he got sick of the turtle because it was just, like, digging all night in his room. So he got rid of it.
That's actually probably, like, a really common thing with a lot of these exotic pets is people get them, they have no idea what it takes to take care of them, and when they figure it out, they are looking to rehome them. I'm pretty sure iguanas can drop tails, they just don't because it's more useful. Yeah, I'm not sure. I honestly don't know. I know Iggy never dropped his tail, and I know it would have been weird if he did because his tail was like that big around at the base, tapered off into a whip. It was fucked. He could break skin on you with his tail. If you were wearing shorts and he was out and about and he got irascible and decided he was going to give you a fucking whack, he'd break the skin on your leg.
And it's not like you were scaring him to the point where he felt like he would need to drop
No,
his tail.
he was fucking, dude, trust me.
He was
As far
pampered.
he was a pampered lizard. He had a giant enclosure that my stepdad built for him that was heat. There was temperature managed. He had all the light that he needed. Part of his enclosure was right up against a window, so he got natural sunlight. And then
fed him super well.
Yep.
Figured out what you had to feed him.
Yep. He was fed like a super diverse diet, papayas, guavas, all kinds of different fruits and vegetables and leafy greens. He was a real, like, that's why he was so huge. Iguanas don't reach the size that Iggy was, especially not in captivity, unless they are meticulously cared for. They die. I mean, like, if they don't eat, like, a combination of proteins and bugs and a variety of vegetables and stuff, if they don't have an enclosure that's large, if they're not allowed ample time outside of the enclosure, all of these things are determining factors for how long your lizard's going to live and how big and healthy your lizard's going to be. And Iggy was as big as any iguana I've ever seen. He was massive. My lizard is big. Oh, okay. Good for you.
But in all seriousness, we've joked that these boys would be jealous if we got a plant.
Yeah.
They'd find some way to be jealous of a fish or a lizard or something.
They definitely would, for sure. The one brain cell chats today. Oh, bro. It's every day, though. It's every day. Literally every day. It's like a mini game. Like, can you face the tide of stupidity for an hour?
I almost wonder if, like, my cat as a kid killed all my stepdad's fish, because he'd had fish that were, like, super healthy and had lived a long time. And as soon as he moved in with us with his fish just started dying off one by one.
I don't know.
And I wonder if the cat was harassing them and stressing them out.
Maybe. Maybe so. The skibbity rizzlers, yeah. Dude, that video we watched where that fucking news anchor brought her, like, tween kid in was one of the most painful brain rot segments ever. It was awful. The parents were cringe. The child was cringe. The future is bleak.
Well, it was parent. I don't think she was. I don't think that guy was the dad. I think it was
right, yeah, well, whatever. The parent,
Yeah.
well, whoever his other parent is cringe for letting him do that.
Yeah.
The anchors were cringe. The child was cringe. There's no winners in the future. We're fucked. Probably because you acknowledge only one of every 20 comments. It's because only one of every 20 comments is fucking, like, identifiable as a statement in any language. You have to be kidding me. Are you reading along? What do you want me to respond with to funny man? You tell me. Funny man. Yeah, dude. How many narcissists does it take to change a light bulb? I really love these jokes. Ever done a human sacrifice? No. See what I mean? You see what I'm talking about? That's why I respond to 1 of 20. These motherfuckers are retarded. You know what, dude? I need to stop calling them retarded, because I think if you talk to a person who is medically retarded, you'd have a better time. I think they'd be able to carry on a more complete conversation with you, and you'd have a better time talking. This is like sub-gump shit.
Speaking of, what'd you think about Danielle calling Carolyn Forrest Gump? Do you think that was crossing a line?
No. Well, she was because like I get what she was trying to say. She was talking about country dumb.
Yeah.
You heard that term?
Yeah.
It's like when you're talking about when you're interfacing with people, you there are certain things that you can do in order to gain a foothold with that person, and one of those kind of tactics, social tactics, is called country dumb. It's like you present yourself as clueless, right, in order to have a greater effect on the group. And it's a social tactic, right? And so that's what I think she was. She said you're gumping. Well, the idea of gump is he appears to be a stupid guy, but look at all the shit he did.
Yeah, like he stumbles into greatness, basically.
Right. And so that's what she was accusing her of. Comments are a bunch of notice me spastic gibbering for the most part. I mean, it's fucking bad, bro. Please, no, please respond, please. It almost comes off like, confirm that I exist. Please. Confirm that I exist. Confirm that one person in the world hears me when I speak, please. I don't know if I'm reading too much sadness into it, but that's kind of what it comes off like, dude.
Yeah, I brought that up because there was some grousing on social media about like, oh, Danielle was so ableist.
People are, see, this is the problem with having a bunch of people that want to police other people's tone, but they have no context.
Yeah.
They have no context.
Well, like, they don't see the whole show. Obviously, they edit it, so they don't know if fucking Carolyn was acting extra dumb to...
It's not even that. She was accusing her in that moment of playing country dumb.
Yeah.
They don't get that because they have no frame of reference for it.
Yeah.
All they hear is, she called him a retard. She called her a retard. No. She was accusing her of being country dumb. She was actually calling her the opposite. She's saying, this facade you put up of like, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm kind of like, you've been playing that really well. And you've been doing it a lot. That's what she said. So it's part of the problem when you have a society that, especially right now, is hyper moralistic and illiterate.
Yeah. Well, like, they also, like, a lot of these reality stars are old reality stars. They're gonna have said some edgy shit back when they first got on.
Well, the only way that you get offended by that and think that that was ableist is if your only frame of reference on Forrest Gump is he's a tarded guy. You don't know what the story of Forrest Gump is. The fact that even though he was below average in intelligence, he did way more than anybody else in his life and always managed to do the right thing by following his heart, right? And so she's accusing, like, that's a whole... I just don't get people. I don't understand how you could have a fucking conversation with somebody. That's why literature is so important. And movies and music and being able to unpack those things is so important, because it just shuts down conversation. How do you even start to have a conversation with somebody who's offended by something that's completely non-offensive? How do you convince them to turn off the moralizing for 5 seconds and read a book? It's so much easier to get offended than it is to figure out what was being said in that moment. She didn't say, Carolyn, you're a retard.
Or you don't know what you're doing ever.
You have no fucking clue what you're up to. You're retarded like Forrest Gump is retarded. She was accusing her of playing country dumb. pretending in public to not know anything, but behind the scenes there's machinations and schemes. Or she's using that in order to facilitate a larger goal. That was it.
We're talking about the traitors.
We're talking about yeah. We just started talking about traitors.
In case you guys
Most people have no fucking clue what we're talking about.
I assume at least a couple do.
I don't know. I don't think that our audience, or the type of people that watch me, every time I bring up that I kind of like shitty, salacious reality TV shit, people go like, ugh. I don't think I have a lot of reality TV people in my audience.
Well, I think you like it because they're all little social experiments when they have a whole bunch of contestants and stuff.
I like it because it's just zero consequence human drama.
Yeah.
With a bunch of just like hateable people running around together. I don't know, it's fun. You know, I don't watch every brain rot reality TV show. In fact, far from it.
I'm select. Know who 90% of the people.
I have no clue. Show. I still don't, to be honest with you, other than what they're talking about.
Some of the shows that they were on,
right?
But didn't watch whatever thing they were.
The show we're watching now, Traitors, has got a bunch of like ex-reality show winners, and I have no idea who any of them were at the beginning because I don't watch any of the shows they're from. Big Brother or Survivor. I haven't watched Survivor since the first season. I've never watched a season of Big Brother. So it's like I'm selective with, I like the bottom of the barrel, usually. But this time I'm watching Traitors, which is more of a high-end one because Alan Cumming. I literally, if they renamed this show, See What Alan Cumming Is Wearing, I would watch it.
Yeah.
I love Alan Cumming. Where do you watch that? Cable TV? It's on Peacock. So that's the only thing that we subscribe to right now is Peacock. And that's where it is. You saw Jackass when it came out? Yeah, I saw all the Jackass movies except for the last one.
When, like, after Steve-O got sober?
Yeah. It got dumb. After, not only that, but after they got so old that I'm just like, I don't want to see these old men get broken. And they kicked out Bam. I know, they kicked out Bam for being exactly what the movie was about. A drunken idiot who'll do anything. You know? I don't know. Will we ever get to see so you're gonna want to say "an" if the next word starts with a vowel. Indian Caption. I can't even. You got to go back to fucking school, bro. You're not even communicating like a human being. I can't do it. You're not even communicating on a human level, bro. You got to go.
Like, it's just so apropos of nothing, too. We weren't remotely talking about no Captain America shit.
Nope. But if you just asked the question in a way that I could read it, I probably would have just answered. I may have tried to make hay with that one. But I can't bumblefuck, stumblefuck my way through your fucking broken ass head. I can't do it, dude. You gotta be able to communicate like an adult human being. Or else, you know what I mean? You can't be in here. That's it. That's the standard that, look how many people don't meet it. The basic standard. You gotta be able to fucking communicate like an adult that went to school. And just watch the bands roll in. can't meet that minimum fucking standard, bro, we're doomed. 65% of people I meet cannot comprehend adult logic and conversation. There's no frame of reference. There's no cultural frame. It's just literally hot take, hot take, hot take, hot take, hot take, hot take. And typically those are handed down like, it's like the human centipede of hot takes, right? So all of these people listen to some fucking philosophy daddy or some news figure or some politician, right? That politician shits out a hot take into their mouth, and then they spew it all over everybody else. And that's all people can do these days because they don't know how to crack a book. And when they watch a movie that has cultural references and stuff, they have no frame. So they can't really understand what the movie was really about. And so they're literally relegated to just being told what they think about things by some internet figure or news figure or political figure. And they're just regurgitation machines. It's literally the human centipede. That is most of, like, just talking philosophy with people today is dealing with somebody that's like number 458 on a chain of 10,000 human centipede. You know what I mean? It's like, if you're lucky. Just look at the amount of people in the chat that can't meet the minimum standard. And there's an endless number of them too. A guy at your work told you can't follow any book. Yeah, I'd keep that to myself too. I think most of them do. They're exactly right. I find it profoundly sad that people just accept their ignorance. It's like we all share this reality and they have no interest in understanding it. They have no way to begin to understand it. Even like just human interaction, they can't understand. Let alone something complex like politics, religion. Give me a break. People have no frame on anything that isn't dead. My minimum standard is that you communicate like an adult that went to school. Your shit isn't filled with misspellings and typos and gobbledygook. You're talking about the topic, etc. Bullshit? Huh? Correct me. You're a dope. Okay. You got me. You got me. You got me, dude. See what I mean? No one respects you. See what I mean? Can't communicate like an adult. I want you to imagine out in public, adult shit going on, right? You're standing out in public having a conversation. A dude walks up to you and goes, "You're a dope. No one will respect you." It just wouldn't happen in public. That's what I'm talking about. You can't meet that minimum standard. You don't get to chat. The game for you becomes, how many alts can I make if you want to chat in here? I'm willing to play that all day. Minimum standards, bud. Yeah. Like, those are bare bone standards. No, I'm not asking a lot. I mean, this is a chat interactive stream. I'm not sitting here doing a show and ignoring the chat like most people. Like, we talk here. And so the minimum standard is you talk like an adult. I don't want to talk to kids. So you talk like an adult that went to school, that passed high school. Sorry. If you didn't, I really don't want to hear from you. I can't imagine what we'd have to talk about. You can't read. You can't write. You're communicating in a medium that requires reading and writing. You can't be here. Sorry. I don't have time to tutor you up to fucking grade level. I can't make up for your lack of parenting and your lack of public education. I really can't. I'm not here to teach you fucking how to speak English. I can't do that. So. Passed high school twice, once in Iran and once in Canada. Passed high school twice in 2 different countries, and they didn't teach you to capitalize proper nouns in the beginning of sentences and stuff. Damn. You snuck through 2 high school curriculums, and they didn't teach you how to capitalize your shit? Damn. Weird. I wish there was some way to ensure that the dumbs would not enter the stream. No. Smells like Cholakian in here, dude. What can I do to get better? Start capitalizing proper nouns. So fucking stupid. Jesus can save me. Oh, thank goodness. Was wondering. You value your infinite wisdom. I don't have infinite wisdom. Oh, look. An alt of dad bod gaming. So more free time right down the fucking drain. Look at that. See what I mean? Remember earlier when I said that the game becomes how many alts am I willing to create to type in this guy's chat? Imagine you're that bored. Too stupid to actually participate in the chat on any of the alts, because all you'd have to do is ask a question that is readable, right? Can't do that. And so the game of human interaction becomes, how many alts can I create and come back and say stupid fucking empty-headed shit? There needs to be a study. They need to collect you motherfuckers up and study some of you motherfuckers. Because this is sad with a capital S, bro. Sad with a cap S. Ooh, damn. Dun 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 dun. Run dun 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 run dun 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 dun. No 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 no. Do 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 do. Oh no. Oh no. There we go. I got him. I got you. I got you, fam. No worries. Shit happens. Bum 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 bum. AMA. Do it. Ask me anything. Let's do it. AMA it. You're welcome for the recommendation. Sopranos is awesome. You'll like it even better the next time you watch it. A Latino Captain America will never happen. Not during this administration. There's a black Captain America now, so why not a Latino one? Who cares? Why does there have to be every color of a Captain America? Is that something that everybody's just banking on? Like, I hope my racial subgroup gets their Captain America. Does that need to happen for everybody to feel okay? What's the best body horror movie? There's a lot of really good body horror movies. You know the one that jumps out at me right away? Have you ever seen Dead Ringers? Nobody ever talks about Dead Ringers. If you haven't seen Dead Ringers and you're into body horror, go for it. Eskimo Captain America win. I know, right? If you have not seen Dead Ringers, and you're a body horror fan, you will fucking love it. And that's the first one that popped into my head, so. And it might be the best. It's really good. What's your favorite Lord of the Rings moment? I mean, I'm a purist, dude. I'm a servant of the secret fire. Your dark flame shall not avail you here, flame of Uldoon. The fucking showdown, bro. How do you pick something else? The showdown. I have not seen the remake of Dead Ringers. No. Yeah, the Balrog showdown. A Black Hulk. Yeah, dude. Where's the Black Hulk, man? There's always, the Red Hulk is not a new thing, but I guess there's a Red Hulk in the movies now. I haven't seen one of the movies since Infinity War, so I won't be watching them. What are your favorite single-player games of the past 5 to 10 years? Single player. I really liked Ghost of Tsushima a whole lot. I really enjoyed playing that game. Like Star Citizen / Elite Dangerous kind of games. Like, I guess that's not a single player game though. I play it like a single player game, but it isn't. I don't know. I have trouble with favorites, to be honest with you, because I just don't categorize things that way. How does society readopt learning and intellectual curiosity as values? It's just education. The parents have to care about those things, and they have to care enough to ensure that the schools are teaching those things. And right now, we don't have that in society. Not enough parents care whether their kids can read, because a lot of parents can't read, and so it's a generational change. It's going to have to be something that is reinstilled in people if it ever is. Because as it stands right now, the value of an education is so far down the list of most people when they talk about their concerns. The value of a public education system that ensures that children are literate and ready for the world is not even on people's fucking radar. Like, Americans are so fucked up that they're sitting here going stupider and stupider by the generation. And when you do talk to Americans about politics, they want to scream at you about immigration or Ukraine. You know what I mean? Yeah, that's how fucked up it is. Like, Americans have forgotten how to grouse for their own fucking rights and their own fucking human dignity. And they're just being told what to care about by media companies and billionaires and talking heads and political wonks. The few people that can read in the world. They're just being led around. You know what I mean? That's just how human beings are. And so it's a generational change. It's going to require somebody getting into power who values it. And we need an FDR. We need an FDR type of president that is for the people, for establishing the rights of the people and enforcing those rights and making sweeping change like Trump is doing now, right? Just in the opposite direction. We need an FDR. Can I ask what you're doing to make a change? I spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours advocating in front of a rather large audience, given the average person's reach, my political beliefs, my political leanings, grousing for change, advocating for change. So yeah, I'd say I do more than you do, probably. I'm not the one that brought it up. I'm not the one that's keeping tally, but I would say that I do way more than you do. I work every day of my life and pay taxes for people that sit around and talk about what they do and ain't never done nothing. You saying I ain't never done nothing? Is that aimed at me, or is that just aimed at the world, John Gardner? Because if it's aimed at me, we can talk about my status as a laborer. What I kind of look like a Sasquatch. I don't know. Have an opinion on Doge. I think it's stupid. I don't think it has anything to do with corruption. I think it has everything to do with access to data and ability to just tweak long-standing American institutions. What am I doing right now, guy? Okay, so it was aimed at me. So what do you do? How old are you, John? And what do you do for a living? If you don't mind me asking. How old are you and what do you do for a living? You want to critique my fucking work history and stuff? Let's hear yours first. Let's see where you're standing. 37 and I'm a welder. Cool. All right. I'm 44 years old, going on 45, and I've been gainfully employed since I was 16 years old. So I've actually worked way longer than you have. Do you want to check my gangster anymore? Or do you want to slink out of here with your tail between your legs and find a soft target that's streaming? Anything else, sir? You're 37 years old. If that's true, you should know better than to run your mouth. I knew that by 37. "37 years old and mama didn't teach you not to run your fucking mouth when you don't know?" Where you at, motor mouth? You were typing hella fast earlier. Those fingers were flying. Now it's crickets up in here. Where you at, bitch? Pussy ass. Pussy. See what I mean? That's why I have my mods so aggressively police this place, because that is what you get when you engage with somebody, even somebody that's antagonizing you, that has zero skin in the game. That motherfucker just disappeared. That never happened. He's on to something else now. He's got a whole other fucking deal going because, well, found himself a hard target. Wasn't expecting the hard target. Probably wasn't expecting anybody to notice his insane, hateful fucking rambling to begin with. See what I mean? This is why I have my mods heavily police this shit. Because engaging with these dumb motherfuckers just leads to them ghosting. No skin in the game. I got no respect for you. Why would I? Running around, hiding behind a mask, and you disappear when somebody fucking answers you? You go poof and disappear into the ether as soon as somebody answers you and calls your fucking motivation into question? Why would I waste my time? Let's ban you dumb motherfuckers. One after the next, and all your alts. Because when I do dip in, you end up slinking away like a whipped puppy dog with your tail between your legs, pretending it never happened. No skin in the game. Nobody's going to remember who and what you were. You can be back on an alt pretending that never happened in 5 fucking seconds. You got no skin. As soon as I ask you to take one step into the real world, you slink. I got no respect for that. Put some skin in the game, bitch. You want to get under my skin? Put some skin in the game. Otherwise, don't waste your fucking time. You just end up looking like a moron. My mod just now banned him. He's had the last fucking 8 minutes of this rant to respond. You want to litigate it some more? That sounds like an interesting topic. Let's litigate it some more. I've been fucking on him for 8 minutes straight. It's too much, dude. You need to check on your boy, Kyle. He's losing it. He went full-blown conspiracy theorist. You have to just tell me without any hyperbole what he said. Use your words to type that. Just give me a fucking 1-sentence summation of what he is saying, or what he said, if you can. I can't react to somebody saying Kyle went, I don't know what you're talking about, so tell me what he said. You want me to react to something Kyle said, you're gonna have to tell me what he said. What's the conspiracy? So he basically said, exactly. What did he say? Or are you just in here like grousing, trying to get me to say shitty things about Kyle? That's kind of what I'm starting to feel like. Because you've had a long time to type just a sentence. He's saying that this happened. So he said that Martians are controlling the world. He is claiming that this happened. Like, come on, bud. Tick-tock, tick-tock, tick-tock. So the answer is what I'm starting to get. You were here grousing to try and get me to say something shitty about a dude that I've been on podcasts with a couple of times. Like, I've been his guest. He's been my guest. And you want me to go like, oh yeah, Kyle's fucking unhinged and retarded, bro. Is that what you're looking for? Why do that? Like, what investment do you have in interpersonal drama between content creators, bro? Like, what is that about? Why try and stoke that? You don't have enough of that? You need more of that? There's not enough pussy-ass content creators out there bitching at each other for you? You can't find a million of those? You need me to be one too? I haven't given you enough of that? Makes people feel better about themselves. Starting to think you ain't wrong. And that's, I mean, it's kind of a sad thing. I love how much of this becomes monologue when chatters can't respond. What else am I supposed to do? Just sit here quietly and listen to the birds while I wait for this motherfucker to stumble bumble out a response? Dude. I just don't understand, man. It's just like, I just don't get it. Oh. So, are we at all gonna hear from this guy? Probably not, I would guess. Just no hankering for some actual engagement on this dead internet. I'm the same way. Why do you think I come back here? Right? I think that, you know, maybe I'm a boomer, but I think that one of the cool things about the internet is that you can talk to people from all over the world and from different walks of life. And it's an opportunity to really say what you think about things. And that, I'm hungry for that. You know what I mean? I love that. I love expressing my opinion. I love hearing other people's opinions. I love clashing with people in that. I love that little argument. You know, and I want that. And so I come back to the well because, you know, every once in a while it'll happen. But, man, it's like the amount of people that are incapable of engaging, even on that level, that's just a normal human thing. I believe this. You believe that. Let's fucking argue. It's like, look at it, dude. It's like a wasteland out there. I already typed. It was removed before you saw it. I didn't remove it, bro. So I don't know what you typed. Here, let me go to your fucking shit and I'll see what you're talking about. Channel activity. Okay. So here's what it says. Let's see. On this one, you have typed, "Hey, Paul, you guys need to check your boy Kyle. He's losing it." And I already typed it. It was removed before you saw it. Dude, you must, I don't know. I don't have any control over what YouTube doesn't let you type and shit. So, you know what I mean? Just put it in a sentence, bro. Here, let me do this. Let me see if there's a fucking chat filter. All. Okay. Put it in a sentence. What did Kyle say? Hello, baby.
What you up to?
Trying to have a conversation with people, and it's tough. It's tough in this venue. But somebody came in and said, you need to check your boy Kyle. He's gone full-blown conspiracy theorist. And I'm asking this dude, YouTube banning words in it. Okay, well, do you have any other fucking social media shit? I don't even know, bro. I hate this fucking platform so much. I really do. Kyle said, and something in that is banning words. Find a way around, like you probably know what word is triggering it. Change it to regard or something. You know what I mean? Like, you got to put in your side of this, bro. I can't. I have no control over YouTube chat filters and shit. The only words I have banned here are all the permutations of the N word. It's the only shit you can't type in my shit. I've got all of the elite speak N words banned on this channel. And I copy paste that list onto every fucking channel I have access to. And that's it. So YouTube, you know what I mean, blocking certain fucking things, I don't have any control over that shit. It's one of the remnants of that classic internet. There's nowhere else to go. Yeah. No, it's true. I mean, like, when it comes to this type of shit, there are precious few competitive things that I could do, and a lot of them, it's just like, dude, the environment over there is just so shit. It's like my other option right now at this point in time as a streamer, if I wanted to reach a decent audience, would be Kick or Instagram Live or some shit. I think those are my two options outside of YouTube live streaming for this type of content.
You don't think you can get away with Twitch?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not, because Twitch would ban me for contextual use of a word like faggot. Immediately. Right? Doesn't matter what the context is, doesn't matter how I'm using it, doesn't matter that I myself, like, am, you know, ultimately what that's describing. I get no leeway. Kick could be your next stop. Ugh. I hate the environment over there, bro. Dude, maybe you guys correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not a big Kick guy. I feel like Kick has a real heavy white supremacist kind of angle to it. I think that is where, now maybe it's not all that, but I feel
it's where the people that got banned off
right.
Twitch go.
That's where I feel like people that get banned off of social media for saying racist shit, they go to Twitch, or they go to Kick. And I feel like that, just like, if that's the environment of a streaming platform, then what kind of people are going to go over there and watch it? Bunch of racists, right? So how well am I going to do in that type of environment, and why would I walk into that to begin with? It just feels like it's got like a seedy rep. I feel like it's that. Here's what I know about.
And it's like all like VC, like venture capital funded. Like,
well, that's another problem with it is the two things I know about Kick, or at least this is what I know, right? At least this is what I've gathered. It's where racists go that get banned from other platforms, and it's a gambling place. It's like a place that'll allow you to sit and take donos from people and gamble it on fucking internet poker and shit. Right? No other place will allow you to do that type of shit because it's fundamentally fucking not good for anybody involved, right? But Kick is where the people that want to gamble go, and then the racists. Am I wrong? Correct me if I'm wrong.
And the thing with like those venture capital funded things is they do crazy shit to get people in, and then it's going to get worse as soon as it gets enough popularity. So
well, see, this is not new to me.
Yeah.
There was a whole meme about it in the early days of YouTube. We used to call it the Promised Land.
Yeah.
That was what. So anytime like somebody that made YouTube videos decided, I'm moving my shit over to vid.me, I'm moving my shit over to watch.u.
Or Vimeo.
I'm going to I'm starting to do streaming over on fucking Blog TV, right? There would be somebody in the chat, somebody in the comments would say, Promised Land. Because here's what would happen back in the day, and it's still true. People would leave YouTube because fuck YouTube, man. But YouTube has got a global audience. It comes pre-installed on like 90% of cell phones that are sold globally. You can't compete with that. So you go to this blog.tv, this new shit, kick.com, and your audience just doesn't grow. And it diminishes and it dwindles, and pretty soon you're boomeranged right back from the Promised Land back to YouTube.
Or you're just taking clips from that other site and putting them on YouTube.
Yep.
Anyways.
Yep. You monetize
simul streaming to YouTube or whatever.
And it's no different today than it ever was. There are little competitors, little side streaming things that you can do it. But guess what? You start to appreciate YouTube's content moderation policy when you go look at who's streaming over on those fucking places.
Did you get one little squirrely?
Paul, in your opinion, does the F slur apply to gay, bi women as well, or is it just pertaining to men? The F slur is a complex word, and I think these types of slurs that are aimed at minority communities and then adopted to a certain extent by those communities as a way to take away the assault of it, right? I think these are very complex. The usage scenario is very complex. It's like, it's not gendered if you use it in the broadest sense. And when I'm talking about the broadest sense, I'm talking about how I used it like in the 90s, early 2000s kind of era, right? When I was a teenager, and a tweenager, that word was like pretty common, and it could be used as a pejorative. It could be used as a greeting, right? Like, I'm not gonna fucking lie to you, dude. Me and my friends used to greet each other when we saw each other, right? We'd bump into each other at school for the first time that day. What's up, faggot? Right? That didn't mean, it wasn't like a fighting word, right? It was just tossed around that way. And so, like, it's a complex, like, the usage scenario is complex. And like everything, I think context matters, right? Like, I got to be honest with you, I feel kind of the same way about contextual use of the N-word, right? I don't know that I would use it as fancy-free as I might have when I was a teenager. But context, once again, matters, right? It's rarely used to describe women. I mean, well, yeah, it's rarely used as a pejorative against them, but amongst that group, use of it might be widespread. Yeah, you never know. Like I said, the usage scenario is different depending on the person, depending on their upbringing and their beliefs and the power that they ascribe to words like that, and the efficacy they think restricting the usage of words has on a populace. All of that shit goes into it. You think age excuses use? To a certain extent. I mean, you have to understand, like, as human beings, we're all psychological products of our environment, right? But you have to understand too, I take it upon myself. I don't use the N-word like I used to. I don't. I never walked up to a black person or used it to like disparage a black person. I would rap along with songs and say it and shit. I don't do that shit no more, right? So it's there's a fine line between like excusing somebody's usage of it because it was more common when they were growing up and just an unwillingness to change your vocabulary. Like, I don't need to use that word. And so, you know, when society and their view of it changes a little bit, when the culture around that word changes a little bit, it's not like the death of me to decide not to use it. Now, could I stand on business and just be like, oh, I'm going to use it? Yeah. I could go over to Kick. You know what I mean? I just don't see the point. It's not something I need in my lexicon. I'm cool not saying it. So there's a fine line between like, oh, Paul's an old guy, he grew up in the 80s, you know what I mean? And Paul's unwilling to change. Like who and what he is. Or how he speaks, at the very least. You know? If it were up to me, there wouldn't be a restriction on contextual use of any fucking word. But it ain't up to me. Clearly. If I started using that word, my channel's gone. I would be quote unquote canceled or whatever the fuck, quick, and I'd be over at fucking Kick. The land of the band, I guess. So, you know. Currently being live streamed on my mom's TV. Do not say any dirty words. Hi, Mom. You really should not be allowing your son to watch this. If you're in earshot of this, Mom, your son needs a parent to intercede in his life because there's no fucking way your kid should be watching this shit. So get on it, bitch. Come and get your stupid little kid and give him a book. And if he can't read yet, read it to him because you're going to be doing him a favor. Thanks. What about retard? I just found out like a year ago. I've been back and forth on that one. Maybe that's the one where it's like I lean pretty heavily on I'll use it because I always have. You know, I went through a period of time where I was trying to adapt and I was trying to see why people were sensitive about the usage scenario, right? And I don't know. I decided to go on and continue using it. I decided to not deny the impulse because I think it's a useful word. I think it's a worthwhile word to throw around. I don't think it hurts the people that genuinely are retarded at all. And if it does, I guess I'm just a transgressor. I don't know. I feel like with the word retard that people are just going to use the word that replaces it. Well, that's part of the problem. And that's what retard is. Like, okay, so kids, like, when I was growing up, my dad never used the term retard. Not when I was young. He used the term slow. Right? Slow. he would giggle every time. And I still giggle about it a little bit too. We would giggle every time we drove by a sign that said "Slow children at play," because slow meant retarded. And then there was like spastic. That was before my time. It's just like people just adopt the whatever word replaces it. There's going to be a term for somebody who's dumb. And it's not going to be a nice term. And that's, you know, I think retard is a good one to just, let's just land on that one. It's awarding you a slow child. Yeah. Yeah. Put it. No, it's all good. I just like was pretty piped up because some other dude just bowed out again. But no, I just don't want drama and shit. And I watch Kyle very infrequently, and I don't know. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and end this because I'm fucking cold. So I'll see you guys next time. Bye.